to another episode of Inside the Gig, where I interview one of the many talented artists playing in Cave Creek, Arizona. Today, my guests are StreetGordon, who you might know, Rhonda Street and Rob Gordon, and they'll be playing at the Grotto on Sunday, this coming Sunday from 2 to 5. How are you guys doing today?
Great.
We're doing great.
Thank you.
I think I just heard another email chime in.
You did.
It's okay.
Welcome to my world.
We're going to ignore like day work and talk about night work, weekend work. So a lot of people probably have, I know, Rhonda, people have seen you in Cave Creek from the past. How did you and Rob get connected and make this duo? And I know you got a band. Just give me a little history.
Well, it was probably 7 or 8 years ago, and we have a mutual friend. His name's Todd Murphy. We went to his place to rehearse, just playing around, and we clicked. We liked the same music. I was really impressed with his guitar playing. It actually blew me away. And so we just started playing together, and 7 years later, 7 or 8, here we are. And we actually did have a band for a little while. We were called the Desert Highlands.
The Highlanders.
The Highlanders, right. And then we just went in a different direction.
Rhonda and I, the Highlanders, yeah, because this person and myself lived at Desert Highlands.
Oh, okay.
So we just formed sort of a band of some members, and it was there that I saw Rhonda for the first time and listened to her sing and loved her voice. And although I love playing electric guitar, I thought, boy, I wonder what it would be like just to play some acoustic just with her and just minimize all the other noise around and just really see how expressive her voice can be in a softer setting. And so as a result of that, we went from playing in a 7-piece band to being a duet. And that's what we've been working on mostly, although we're also playing in a quartet and still another 7-piece band.
Well,
we have a lot of music in our world.
Yeah, you guys have a great sound. I'm guessing you were the Highlanders before Outlander was cool.
Is that on Netflix? I don't watch it.
Outlander's on Stars, Outlander.
That's Outlanders. No, this was Highlanders.
I know.
That's the Outlanders.
But when you say Highlanders, it just immediately makes me think of Outlander. Right?
And I thought about a Toyota SUV.
So is Gordon a Scottish name?
Actually, it is. It's a Gordon Plaid, as a matter of fact, as well.
You should be the Highlanders. I'm just saying.
It made sense. It really did.
But you guys don't do a lot of Scottish. See, this is the problem with me interviewing people is I go off on these bunny trails and we never get back. So I was going to ask you how much Scottish music you play, but you guys don't play Scottish music. So.
We don't. But I really like, Fairport Convention, if you remember them, and some of those other bands that were playing that kind of music. I mean, I honestly think Rhonda can sing anything.
Yeah,
and a lot of history is Rhonda was known in Cave Creek for playing a lot of, country music and some rock. And I've sort of pulled her out
completely.
Where she's playing some light jazz and a lot more of a variety of musical genres, and all very successfully. I mean, I don't think he would have attempted La Vie en Rose, but now we're playing it. So
there you go.
Or Flopper, or he's really opened up my music world because he's right. I stayed in that country genre, and now I'll play anything. And you can play anything on your guitar.
Yeah, Rhonda likes to say I didn't know much about country, and I didn't know much about classical country, but very early on I was influenced by Bob Dylan. Nashville Skyline was probably my favorite album of that era. And so that sort of got me into a little faux country kind of music.
Kind of folk Americana, kind of, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So Rob,
she's taught me a lot of new music as well.
And we're writing originals.
Yes.
And you're writing originals. Let's talk about your history a little bit. So Rob, you talked about Bob Dylan and ancient history. So how did you get started as a guitarist? What's your?
I was 10 years old.
I picked up a guitar when you were 10 years old. Okay.
I was 10 years old. My parents came back from New Jersey, where they stopped at the Guild factory, and they picked up a guitar for my older brother. But they thought, wisely. Well, we can't go back with nothing for Robbie,
Yeah.
the 10-year-old. So they found a F-30 custom sunburst air gun that just didn't exist in the Guild factory, and they brought it back. And I started playing, and I really never stopped. I mean, there's been some days, but mostly I play pretty much, and have played since I was 10, and played in different bands, and got influenced by the Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and Dylan, and that was a big influence on me. Dan Fogelberg, and then slowly got in more and more into some more electric guitar, and then went down the road of John McLaughlin, Mahavishnu Orchestra, Santana, and was in a complete jazz fusion situation until ultimately I went to law school. And that got me off track for a little bit. So it's really nice finding my way back to what I did all through high school and in college, when I was sort of working my way through getting free meals on Sundays, singing in restaurants and bars. It's really great to get back to playing with Rhonda, because my mother was a musician and a singer, and I used to accompany her, and she did religious music, and I would accompany her. And so it's really great to get back to accompanying a great female vocalist.
There you go. And speaking of great female vocalists, Rhonda, how did you get started into singing?
Gosh, I really didn't have any plans to get into singing. It just kind of fell in my lap. My earliest memories of singing was always with my mom, driving on vacation, and she always had the radio on. There was always music in the house. And so I think my first band was in the 10th or 11th grade. But, I'd listen to country music at home, and my first song live was, Rock Me Like a Hurricane by the Scorpions. I don't think I've ever told anybody that. So yeah, I didn't think rock was for me, and that's why I ended up heading in the country genre. I moved to Houston. I grew up in Canada, and I moved to Houston in 1997, met one of my dearest friends who is a songwriter, and she lives and breathes music. So I really got immersed, music kind of took over my life at that point. I wanted everything to do with music. I have several guitars. I sing all the time, wherever I can. I play with Rob. I play with anybody who wants a singer. So it's just, singing to me is how I can express myself and how I can connect with others. So singing means more than just getting out and singing. It actually is, I think it's a position of being a role model for young kids. I think it's about love and connection. And so I absolutely adore singing, and I just couldn't imagine my life without it. I can't imagine my life without Rob.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Really,
I'm going to put you on the spot, Rhonda, and I ask a lot of musicians I interview this question. Forget the audience for a minute, and just what song are you currently playing when you guys play as a duo, or as your quartet that I saw over at Desert Highlands a couple weeks ago? What song do you perform and it doesn't have to be all the time, but just right now, what kind of means the most to you? What do you get like the most pleasure out of performing?
This might be a surprise to you. I think it's A Love That Will Last by Renee Olstead.
I would have said the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
And it's completely, it has major seventh chords all over the place. It's jazzy sounding. It's nothing she would have attempted, but her voice
True.
is so expressive,
and it jumps all over the place. I'm doing things vocally that I've never trained for. I wasn't accustomed to, and I just love the vocal playground. So it's one of my favorites.
How about you, Rob? How about something that you personally enjoy playing when you guys gig?
I like the songs where I'm able to throw harmonies in, because again, I've done some lead singing, but mostly what I did was harmonize when I was singing with other vocalists. So it's the songs where I can sort of jump in and do some vocals with Rhonda, like Drift Away, like Brown Eyed Girl. Those are really fun to me. And we do a really nice version of Helpless, the Neil Young song. And whenever we get to the second verse where Rhonda jumps in, you know, it still means a lot to me. I still go like, wow, this is beautiful. Like, I hope these people like how beautiful this is, because I think this is really great.
Oh, there's no doubt there's a lot of chemistry between the two of you and your performance. I mean, it just comes through like you guys are living every song that you're performing.
That's well said. I think I do, actually.
You know, Rhonda's a great singer. There are a number of great singers. Rhonda is also a great performer. And that means connecting with people. So I'll be setting up, and where's Rhonda? Like, she's done setting up. I look, and she's like talking to people who are just coming to the place.
Yeah.
And they may not even know she's going to be the entertainment, but she starts asking, where are you from? What do you do?
Yeah. I know their names.
She knows
it's
their
important
names.
to me.
And all of a sudden we'll start playing, and all of a sudden Rhonda will go, well, there's Cindy. It's her 58th birthday, everybody.
She's from Minnesota.
Right. They're going back next week. And it's like, I'm like, how do you know this?
And then I connect people. Hey, well, they're from that place too.
So yeah.
It's fun.
So while she sings, she's really relating to people. She's performing. And that's a lot. It's been wonderful watching her work. You know, we use OnSong for our song list, our set lists, and our songs and little notes, etc. And she has all these little squiggles. I mean, she literally writes out in a language only she could understand the melodies, you know, for every line. I mean, it really goes, so much time goes into it. I can't tell you, for example, in Tennessee Whiskey, in the chorus, there's the second line, and different singers approach it differently. I think you probably spent days just on that one phrase.
Weeks.
Until she figured out the way she wanted to do it.
I didn't even know you knew my little language.
I know your language.
That's pretty interesting.
Well,
and often we don't get to practice a lot, so
because we're playing all the time.
He's an expert at what he does, and you know, I'm all set up to practice at home. So sometimes we'll just say, okay, we'll learn this week, and we're going to do it. And we've added how many last few months?
Yeah,
several.
We keep adding songs, and it always surprises us. We go, well, we've practiced this once. Why not play it for these people? And we try and tell them, like, we've never played this before, everybody, and I don't think they believe us. But
all right. So what's the last song? What's the most recent add to your set list?
Footloose and Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Oh, okay.
A song I wanted to play.
And Billie Jean.
Well, yeah. Well, and then we got a house party Saturday night before the Grotto gig on Sunday. And that's a 7-piece band, and so we got to, you got to come up with a lot of dance music for that. So right, we've added a lot of, disco stuff. Again, Rhonda's showing her versatility. All of a sudden, she's singing like "I Will Survive," and just killing it. And then the next day at the Grotto, we'll be singing like "Neon Moon"
Bee Gees,
and
Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees, right? That's another song we love.
Oh yeah.
To love the show a little bit. So you are this coming Sunday, which will be May 1st. I can't believe it's already May. I mean, what happened? I can't believe it's May 1st, from 2 to 5 on the Grotto patio, and then I think you come back 2 weeks later on May the 15th. You're back at the Grotto as well, from 2 to 5 on Sunday. Those of you guys have never been to the Grotto, you see the patio on my green screen behind me. It is a beautiful place to spend your afternoon. They have great beverages, full bar. Really wonderful food, great value in everything they do there. Lots of parking, all that kind of stuff. So it's an easy venue for you. Bring your family, bring your dog, and enjoy some Street Gordon on Sunday. Looking forward to it, guys. I hope you guys have a great gig on Sunday.